Ciao, this is Davide Alaska to Patagonia. If you follow my weekly vlogs, you'll know that I arrived in Italy, I arrived home, and I will be spending some time with my family, regroup, and continue my journey, my around the world bike tour. And I will give you an update on my plans next week. But this week I would like to talk to you about my rig, about my setup on my bike, the gear that I take with me, and the gear that you take on a long distance bike travel is different and personal for everyone. So this is what works with me. I've been on the road for over 4 years now. So I carry loads of stuff that maybe it's not necessary for a bike tour, for bike traveling, but this is what works with me. Now I will gonna show you how I pack my things and what I carry with me. I've been home a few days, but I try to put everything back on the bike as I usually do, and so let's go. Let's start from the saddlebag. It's a porcelain rocket saddlebag. It's very stable because it has this frame, but let's have a look at what's inside. These are just two straps that I carry, but they have no real use, to be honest. They're just in case something happen for emergency. Let's have a look. What I carry here is basically I carry my tent and my rain gear. So the poles of my tent are here. So this is the inner tent. This is the rain gear. These are my tent poles. Sorry. These are the stakes. This is the fly sheet of my tent. So this is my hubba. And then this is a dry bag where even if it's needed, the tent can go in there. And this is my rain gear. So there is a hard shell. It's a shower pass hard shell. It's like a Gore-Tex jacket. It's just a very similar material. It's a 3-layer hard shell. Same material for rain pants, and same material for the shoe covers. And then there is some Gore-Tex shell gloves. Next is the frame bag. The frame bag, it's a porcelain rocket. I think it's one of the best frame bags on the market. Here I put my the poles of my hubba, and this is the way you open my frame bag. And inside my frame bag I have different things. Okay, first things, a windstopper hat, always very useful. GoPro accessory, and then here we have the pump, very good pump. Some zip ties, tool to measure chain wearing, and just to know the pressure of my tires. Next we have a tool bottle that we're gonna open later because it's a bit messy. I have glove, some glove to, this is a glove for when I do maintenance repair. This is alcohol, rubbing alcohol to clean myself, and these are wet wipes that I use to either clean myself or as a toilet paper 2.0. Yeah, sunscreen. This is sodium bicarbonate or baking powder, I guess. I always have some with me for my shoes. And then here is some patches for tubes that I don't use, but in Africa they were hard to find. So this is a tubeless. These are plugs to repair tubeless, and yeah, my tubeless kit is all over the place. Oh, that's terrible. I don't know how this happened. Anyway, these are different size plugs. These are tire levers, and there's some glue and the two tools for tubeless repair. This is to clean, and this is to insert the plugs. What's next? Spare chain. Multi-tool kit plus some Allen keys. Squirt. I bought it just for the name. Duct tape. Some cables. I use tubeless, but I carry 2 spare tubes just in case. Bike lock, very heavy. Electric tape, and those are they are basically sand or snow anchors for the tent, but I'm gonna ditch them. They're useless. That's it. That's what's inside the frame bag. Usually there is a few things more. Usually there is my postcards that I usually sell or I give to people that help me. And what else I keep in there? Yeah, that's it. I almost forgot. What's in the bottle? I have 2. I have another one in the pannier, but this is a line, always useless. Shock cord for the temple. Some nuts and bolts and quick link. Sometimes it's useful. I have some. These are some of the stuff I use for when I make postcards. Some markers, some brush. These are some spare stakes, because you always break loads of stakes. And this is a splinter for the tent poles. A cutter. This is the Dragonfly maintenance kit. They can be useful when shit happens. Palo Santo. one needle. This is always for the Dragonfly maintenance kit. Some Velcro, and I think this is called the next best thing too. With this one you can unlock the cassette without any tools, just using the frame as a leverage. That's it. Next is the cockpit. Let's start from these snack bags where I keep my water bottles, pepper spray, and just to clean the chain every day, some microfiber cloth. Here I have some straps, and here I usually keep some trash, and here is my crappy camera for photos, and here there is now there's some clothing could be going there, yeah, and this is the chest mount for my GoPro that I use for videos. And then I have this bag here, so let's see what's in this bag. I'm gonna sit because I have a hernia in my back. Alright, let's open this and let's see what I keep here. It's the satellite tracker, some buff, not sure how you call it, power bank, headlamp, Leatherman multi-tool, the cheapest one I could find. This is sunscreen that you can use on your lips, nose, face. Here there are some batteries for my GoPro and for my camera. A bite for those long days alone. This is usually goes there, and there usually is the majority of the cash that I carry, with a little thing where I have one credit card, one debit card, my drive license, and my health insurance card, crappy phone, and this is a little wallet where I keep coins and a very small amount of change and a few expired credit cards, just in case I get robbed. I can hand it, and I know it doesn't have that much value with me. It's rarely there is more than like 3-4 euros in there. Charger, some cables, spare change. This is usually goes inside here, and it's my main power bank is 20,000 milliampere. And then sometimes people give me things. I have an Istanbul bus, metro, and whatever card. Yeah, this is not important. Someone gave me some of those things. Just a moleskin. Not important. Pen. This is for deserts. This is for Ethiopia. It's low battery. Okay, what's in here? There's many things in here. This is a small dry bag. If it rains a lot, I don't really trust this, so I usually put my phone and my satellite tracker in this, just in case. Yeah, to clean the camera, my lenses. And this is someone gave me this to clean my sunglasses. I never used it. And then here there is some beer, some cables, and then I have dices. So then I have dices. This is the thing of the lock. This is the fact bearings. I have a few ones. They should be in here. GoPro accessories and just a lighter. And this is to remove the valve of the tubeless. To remove the valve and the tube. Right. Next is this dry bag. I know it looks big, but there is not much on it, to be honest. There is only like the sleeping mat. It's the worst sleeping mat you could use. I'll have to do a review on that thing. And then there is this, that is basically a Tyvek ground sheet for my tent. And this is not just a simple Tyvek, I think it's called Tyvek Pro. And it has like an insulation layer on the other side. And it's really nice. It's a little heavier than normal Tyvek, but it lasts a long time. And I'm really pleased with this. Next is the worst piece of gear that I carry is this bag. It's not waterproof, it's heavy, it cannot carry basically anything. And in here I have soap, I have rain protection for the whole bag. This I use to dry my tent in the morning, the moisture. I have a few plastic bags that I use for when I do groceries or for all sorts of stuff. I don't want to keep getting new plastic bags, so I just carry a bunch of them, and that's it. And then this is the plunger for the Sawyer filter, but I basically use it to refill sealant in my tires. This is a trowel for leave no trace to dig cut holes, and then I have one of those levers, the quick release, because yeah, I had problems with my fork, so I just in case I carry one. On the other side there is usually food. This is sugar, and then this is Pannier. I usually keep nuts and something to eat very quickly here. The moment of truth. Davide, what do you carry in that huge thing? So this is all my food related stuff. Here I have a toothbrush, and I have citronella and essential oil, tea tree oil, and I have floss, and I have my bite. Otherwise I chew my teeth at night. And then here I have usually cook with this, and then also I have this. I just feel that aluminium on aluminium is gonna scratch it, so I prefer to use the plastic one to cook. The straw is from the. It's nice when you have coconuts, but it's part of the soya filter. And then I have my Steripen to sanitize water. Olive oil, Nutella, kind, cheap one, salt and pepper, oat, some quinoa, and then yeah, in the Balkans I got some of these soups. They were really good, and some gas, some spices, and some tea. And then inside this there is a mug, it's half a liter. And then I have some cleaning, set some salt, some pepper, something to clean. And usually here I basically carry all my food supplies, nuts, pasta, anything, chocolates. Oh, my dragonfly, so you saw this, yeah, because I have this stove, because my dragonfly broke in Turkey. So then when I was in Istanbul I picked up this MSR, I think it's called Pocket Rocket 2. I prefer my dragonfly, but there you go. Right, what's in my panniers? On this pannier, this is the pannier I never open unless something goes wrong, and I open it on day off. So there's toiletry stuff that I use only on day off. There is a dropper for to put hydrogen peroxide in my ears if I get sick. Here there are a few tools that are useful. And then there is this and this. This is useful for many things, not just for toiletry. And this is because of the baking powder I put in my shoes. But these only on I only need it on day offs. These are the charger for GoPro batteries, camera batteries, GoPro batteries, the taser. And here I have some memory cards, some cables, some batteries, yeah, mostly memory cards. Here is some clothes that I usually don't need unless I'm on my day offs, but we will go through it when we go through all the clothing. Same. This is a 20-liter backpack. It can be useful when you are on your day offs, or if you do some hikes, or you go to the supermarket and buy loads of things. It can be useful. This is unnecessary. These are some dry bags that I carry just in case my panniers waterproofness goes away. And these are I pick up some zip bags that are they're handy. They're handy to have sometimes. This is my laptop power supply. Gorilla tape. very useful if you break your tent or it's very tough. I repair my fly sheet, my tent. You can do lots of repairs. Here I have a few things. I have this Sue Simple from Bostik. I don't know how to thread. I have some braking pads for my disc brakes, and then some Ortlieb panniers spares, and some more zip ties and an electrical adapter. This will go through it again. Adapter, take Americans, everything. And this is eucalyptus and lavender essential oil. Reservoir. These are shoes that I wear on my day off. Minimalist shoes. These I bought because I needed to fix for my rack, because it broke. It was a temporary solution. And then I have some. I was a bit sick, and I got some of that. And then I have some Velcros that are always useful. 7 years old laptop. Paper for postcards. Some postcards. Marker for postcards. Seam grip. Printed postcards. And then here is debit card and vaccinations, and then vaccination and passport. And then here is a spare key of my lock. And that's it for this pannier. Oh yeah, I forgot to show what was inside here. It was just these GoPro accessories. These few accessories, and this is a GoPro case. Alright, clothing. Before passing to the other pannier, some clothing that was not packed. This is a Windstopper winter jacket, and it's really nice and handy. This is a Windstopper shower pass beanie. This is my favorite hat, the grasshopper, not sure what it's called, but it's been used a lot, as you can tell. And so these three things were in the pannier that we went through now. Let's see what's inside. Like the beanie would go inside here if I'm in a place that is really hot. And this is basically like a hat and some gloves. Alright, let's see what surprise there is here. This is a big bag for nothing now, but usually I put stuff here. So there's a long sleeve base layer for when it's cold, and 2 socks. That's a shirt, explorer short. Can be handy when you invite you for a night out. Some hosts, when I saw the ambassador, and this is a very light sweater, very light, and this part is wind resistance, so it's pretty good. So this is the pannier that I open every night at night. So this everything that I need for the night. This is very handy. So this you can pee in this and you don't have to leave your tent. There's nothing worse than leaving your tent at night. So yeah, I pee on this. And then usually this is a stuff sack that has more or less the things that I use for the night. I usually take off my padded shorts and I put on some briefs and very small socks, a beanie. I have no hair, I get cold at night. And this is a pillow, an inflatable pillow. Very useful. For 3 years I used this as a pillow. So I would just reverse it and put a jacket in it, maybe something more, and that was my pillow. Maybe 2 jackets, t-shirts, whatever. But the inflatable pillow is much better. So these are just used to carry things that I need for the night. Cumulus sleeping bag. If I need them, slippers, usually only on day offs. Zip off pants, towel. If I cannot leave the shoes outside my tent, they go in here. And this bag has been with me. I got it in Alaska from Walmart 4 years ago and still with me. And then postcards, storage, and then other clothes. So I have another one of these zip pants, and this is the clean one, and this is one that I already used a few times. And then there's a t-shirt. I have 2 socks that I use for cycling, and this is the spare one. Briefs above, and this is where my merino base layer. They're really good. I think I'll have to replace them. Yeah, some rain gloves and t-shirt. This is my pharmacy. Painkillers. I usually give them to people. I don't think I ever use them. And then some spare stuff and yeah, some antibiotics. Those are things to inject yourself if you have a anaphylactic shock or very bad allergy reaction. I can inject myself. And there's just a bunch of different drugs, antibiotics, and a few different things to self-medicate. Cumulus. This is my dawn jacket. The dawn of my dawn jacket and the dawn of my sleeping bag, they are hydrophobic, and that's very important to me. This is a Mummy silk liner for not getting my sleeping bag dirty. Diving log. This is my Kindle. Patches for PVC patches for Orthebs. And then this is, I just bought it. It's watercolors for making postcards. And that's, yeah, so if I wanna take a swimming pool or I wanna jump into a river or a lake, I will wear those. And then this is a mosquito net to put on your head to keep away the bugs. And then there's a couple of those. And this was my setup, my gear, and this is what works with me. I'm sure other people would have made different choices. I would have as well if I sometimes had the time and the availability of the gear and the money to buy it. I travel, for people that follows me for a while, I travel with a very, very low budget. And thank you for following me. If you have any advice, leave a comment below. If you like the video, hit the like button or dislike it if you didn't like it. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next week. Thank you very much. Ciao.